This is the world's latest LA Noire review.
But Mike, why are you reviewing this game? It's 2019, this game's like 8 years old.
LA Noire is a third-person crime detective action adventure game set in 1947 Los Angeles. You play as this hobo.
How about you buy me a drink?
Just kidding. You play as Frankie Muniz, who just came home from fighting in World War II, which, spoiler alert, we won. Suck it, Britain. Your character starts as a beat cop and puts his investigative skills to work as he climbs through the ranks as a detective. There are 5 desks or types of cases that you progress through, including patrol, traffic, homicide, vice, which is where the cool guys hang out, and arson. You travel to different crime scenes where you investigate and you try to figure out, hey, what happened? Looking through the crime scenes like spoon, fork, cup. One of the main elements of this game, and one of the things that really sets it apart, is the interrogations.
You Jacob Henry?
No, not here, sir, not here.
The facial animation / motion capture technology was really groundbreaking at the time. You'll likely recognize many of the faces in this game from movie and TV shows, and the facial animation technology does a really good job conveying realistic human emotions and expressions onto the characters. And this helps you to get a read on whether you think this person's being honest with you, or if they're withholding information. Of course, eventually you come to find out that basically everybody in this town is a liar. For example, this guy, who you come across while you're investigating an arson case.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
Given this guy's history with fire, I'm suspicious. During your interrogation, you ask questions, and then you get to judge whether you think they're being truthful, whether you think they're lying to you, or whether you think they're withholding information. You doubt that they're giving you the whole truth. And yes, this is where that meme came from, but something to be aware of is that this game requires really close attention. I mean, the first time I played this game, it was a long time ago. It was before I had kids. I had time to actually pay close attention to the game. I didn't have any distractions. But now I got 2 kids running around, and my 2-year-old's like, a milk please, and my wife's like, he needs some milk. And it's just a lot harder for me to give this game the attention that it needs to really be a good investigator. In addition to scouring the crime scenes to find every bit of evidence you can, you have to pay really close attention to the facial expressions of the people that you're interrogating, because their facial expressions are key to determining whether or not they're telling you the truth. And many of your investigations will take you to crime scenes that are pretty gruesome. Walking up on a crime scene like, but it's not like a game like Fallout 4 where you're just like, it's nowhere near as gory as that. But the crime scenes in this game just feel more visceral, they feel more weighty, they feel more connected to reality, because you know that crimes like this happen in real life, and so when you walk up and you see that, it's just like, And so yes, some crime scenes are pretty disturbing. And some are confusing. You walk up and you're just like, what the hell is even that? But I would say that there are a good variety of cases, and each one felt interesting. The map of the game is surprisingly large. It's a scaled-down replica of 1940s Los Angeles, and there are dozens of LA landmarks for you to explore and come across as you drive around the city. But despite the size of the world, it just doesn't feel very lived in. Is the game world big? Yes. Is it jam-packed full of detail? No. Although there are pedestrians and cars all over the place. The world just doesn't feel very alive. There are a small handful of locations that you can actually go into on foot, and those are pretty neat, but overall, the world just feels pretty static. However, the locations that you're sent to as part of your investigations, those are very nicely detailed and really well fleshed out. Places like crime scenes, police stations, and some of the LA landmarks that I mentioned earlier you can actually go into, they're actually really nicely detailed. But the game world really is best experienced in passing as you drive to your next objective. And as a backdrop to the game, the world is fine. But driving in the game is quite fun. Speeding through the busy streets, drifting around corners, finding shortcuts.
Can we try not to kill anyone?
No, don't worry, he'll be fine. Healthcare in the 40s was fantastic. It's all a lot of fun. There are over 90 unique cars that you can drive in this game that are all based on real-time period automobiles. And when playing with a controller, the driving controls are not half bad. But when playing with a keyboard and mouse, it's terrible. And the partner that you have with you will often engage with you in conversation when you're driving to an objective, and it helps to enrich the story and provide more background and build up the characters.
You're paying for every last scratch.
Although he will get upset if you don't drive safely.
I think you are going to accident.
But what I really love about this game is the story. The narrative design of this game is really solid and very enjoyable. There are many aspects to this game. You investigate crime scenes, interrogate suspects and witnesses, drive around the city, get into fist fights, gunfights, chases. You meet this girl named Elsa who ruins everything. All together, all of these things come together for one purpose: the story. I am all about the story, the narrative, the characters, and on that front, this game delivers. But the story goes a lot deeper than you initially think, and it's really, really good. Throughout the game, you'll see flashbacks to Phelps's time in the service, which helps provide background to his character. And you can also find newspapers throughout the world that give you insight into some of the powerful people of Los Angeles and the nefarious and corrupt things that they're up to, while also being conspicuously really happy. With each of the 5 desks, you get a new partner. Each partner has a unique character, they interact with Cole in different ways, and they provide just that much more flavor to the game. Although one of them is a freaking idiot who's always in the way. But again, these elements help to enrich the story. Fantastic. And when you're just getting started, you're solving these cases and you're like, oh my god, right now. But as you continue through the cases, you begin to realize these things might not be standalone cases. They might be connected. And you begin to find different pieces and different clues, and you begin to connect things, and eventually you have an IKEA bookshelf. Oh, and by the way, most of the content on this channel has been gaming news, and I am done with that crap. It's mostly negative, it's mostly boring, and yeah. The music in this game is absolutely fantastic. It's got this really cool film noir, classy, jazzy vibe to it. It really helps to draw you into the time period. It fits with the atmosphere of the game perfectly, and on its own, it's just really good. In fact, when this video is over, you should go onto the YouTube, look up the Noire soundtrack, and listen to it, okay? Okay. But a couple of complaints. The gunplay in this game is really bad. It's not the focus of this game. You can tell that it was put into the game to help break up some of the more slower paced gameplay. The auto aim with a controller is serviceable. With a keyboard and mouse, it's somehow even worse. Also, this is definitely a slower paced game. If you're the kind of person that likes to skip through cutscenes and click through dialogue really fast, this game's not for you, because most of them you can't skip at all. But if you enjoy getting to know the characters through dialogue and getting wrapped up in a deep story, you're probably gonna like this one. So between the great storytelling, interesting investigations, driving around Los Angeles, attending swanky nightclubs with hop and dance scenes,
give me your heart, and baby, I'll build it.
This game is a good time. I give this game a solid 9 out of 11.3. You should give this game a try, especially because you can pick it up for like $5 on sale nowadays. Do it. I'll see you guys in a few weeks with a review of The Outer Worlds, and you should subscribe with notificaciones or else you're not gonna know about it.
There's people there!